And welcome back, everyone. Well, one of the toughest things among the many, many millions of tough things with raising kids is how to reward good behavior and also, make note of bad behavior, especially with little ones, because, they may not really get it. Well, the gal with basically all the answers when it comes to raising little ones, Jada Pickett. And, okay, this is a great system, and it is age appropriate because, again, a 2-year-old or a 3-year-old, their attention span is about that long.
Yes, but they are young enough, they're old enough to still be able to recognize good behavior and bad behavior. And the thing is that we want to not just acknowledge and point out when they're acting out of, character and behaving badly and good, but you want to also teach them that there's consequences for those actions, and we want to kind of, in hopes, get them in the right direction and lead them in the right direction to do the right thing. So,
and of course, rewarding good behavior is not just going, oh, good job, good, but then they know what's good to do.
Absolutely, and then they're encouraged to actually do better as well. So the first main two that we have here are both kind of one and the same, but they're just geared toward two different age groups. So let's start with the youngest one. So about 2 to 4 years old, you can use what I call the stoplight behavior board or behavior chart. You can hang this on your door. You can really stick it anywhere. But we start off on green all the time.
So the day begins.
Yes,
and
exactly.
It's a good day.
A good thing, the cool thing to do is print out your kid's face and put it on here too if you like to, or if they go to school, you can put their names on it. And they start off here. Now, eat throughout the day, especially if you have something that you want to focus them on doing, but whether that's cleaning up their rooms or eating better, because a lot of kids are picky eaters at this age. This is where this comes into hand. And, if we're acting out of hand, you give them a warning, and that's kind of what the yellow light means. And it's to slow down. Let's think about this. And this is what we're going to teach them.
And I would assume also with kids being little like that and the short attention span, you have to make sure you point this out right away.
Absolutely.
You can't come back in the afternoon and go, remember what you did earlier this morning? That was not good. So we're going to give you a yellow on this one.
Okay. Yes, and they'll get the hang of it as well, and they'll want their faces to be back on that green. And throughout the day, they can always work back up to green. And, obviously the red is when we're having those temper tantrums, those things that they want to do to get our attention. And we're teaching them, obviously, we're listening to you, but there's a better way to handle that. And so we're going to work our way back up to green.
And so even if hey, you picked up your toys. Okay, good job.
Yes,
we'll move that back up there.
Absolutely. So it's kind of both. And you do the same exact thing here with older kids. Now, the difference with this one is that it doesn't have any words.
Right.
So that's the good thing. Now, over here, you can kind of up the age around like 4 to 6 years old. And this is really customizable. So the same with the green face. We start off with an amazing day ahead, and we start off on super. Now, they have a super day, but throughout the day, if they're not listening, if they're not sharing, if they're, hitting their brother or sister over the head with a baseball bat, I hope they don't do that. Then we're going to give them the warning. Exactly. And you can put them in timeout if that's what you do, or take away a toy or a privilege. Taking away a privilege is something that is really effective with the kids. But like I said, with even the stoplight, they always start back at green.
And again, taking something away works better with a little bit older kid.
And they understand it more.
Understand it.
They
and
understand
then also
it.
we have the little pom-poms
Yes,
here,
now this one is solely to encourage positive reinforcement, because obviously we don't want to always focus on the bad that they're doing, but we want to pay attention to the good they're doing too. So what you do with this is anytime that you recognize them cleaning up, sharing, hugging, giving, give them a pom-pom and show them. And once that pom-pom jar fills up, we can take them on a fun experience. Ice cream.
And you said it's up to you if you want to take away the pom-poms if they do something wrong, so that just depends. Okay.
You could solely leave it to something where you're filling it up every time they do something good, to leave it at acknowledging they're good. Or you can do it where if they are acting out of hand and you're not still doing the charts, then you can take away the pom-poms and you can show them. It's a visual illustration too. There are consequences for your actions, but there's also good things that come about when you do things that you're supposed to do around the house or out and about.
Fantastic ideas. And Jada has just a ton more of them.
Yes, I do.
You can find out more information on her blog. And to get more information on that, go to SALive.com and click on the As Seen on SA Live tab. As always, thank you, my dear.
You're so welcome.
You are wonderful.